boom. Why do I always do that? Boom. I don't know. I have to figure that out one day. I think I saw it in one of the videos that I watched somewhere else. Anyway, it's the Godfather of Harlem, season 1 still, episode 4. So, a few things. Of course, as I'm watching this episode, my thoughts and emotions are, roller coastering. You know what I mean? And I wind up. I was gonna talk in a certain way and try and take it a certain way because I thought I saw some biases, or yeah, I thought I saw some biases coming up. But now, after watching the complete episode, I don't think there's too much of a bias that exists. There possibly is one that does exist, but I don't even think it's bad that there's a bias in this episode. Let me just try and get through the episode, give an overview. Oh, but there's a so there's a scene when Bumpy is talking to his one of his better friends, and I guess he's a minister, but he's running for elected office in some position or something like that. I guess I just call him a minister. So, and they're having a conversation, and of course the minister is running for political office. I think it's not necessarily like senator or something like that, but it's like lower level stuff. But anyway, he's using these college words, bigger words, and the Bumpy's friend takes this time to be like, "Hey man, why you guys use those big words?" And Bumpy was just having a conversation with that guy, and I guess what can be considered as street speak, and he flips the coin and has a conversation with the minister using similar words. A lot of things can come from that. So, one, it can be done to illustrate the versatility of this Bumpy Johnson character. Another thing, well, he said something other, he said something along the lines of, big words can be big or something like that, but they're still small or something like that. Makes you feel small or something like that. And I should pay more attention, huh? Because I think I had a good point there. I should have paid attention. But at least my opinion on vocabulary is it can be used as a tool in order to shut other people out of conversations, opportunities, whatever. And it also can be used to boost one's ego. I think that's the point they were trying to make in that scene. But it shouldn't stop an individual from learning bigger words. Now I'm just going off on a complete... now I'm going off completely off the rails on something that has nothing really to do with the episode. But anyway, so in this particular episode, we see the two lovebirds get back together. It's the mob boss. His name's Chin, I think. I think that's the character's name by now. I think I know the character's name by now. His name is Chin. So that guy, his daughter. When I refer to the lovebirds, it's going to be his daughter and a young musician. Those are the lovebirds. So they wind up reconnecting, and she chooses to, after the last episode when he basically was listening to his mother say this and that about her, she chooses to win not only his affection, or to get his affection back, but not, let me try to rephrase it. She chooses not only to get his affection back, but to win over his mother, which is the one who dislikes her the most. And she does a good job by it. All she does is bake some cookies, believe it or not, and show some kindness towards her. And it's starting. She's starting to crack, but I don't think she's quite there yet. But anyway, I'm interested to see what those characters are going to go inside this series. So far, they haven't done that much. Well, they helped illustrate Bumpy's ability to solve problems and pivot when new things arise. They've done that so far, but I'm waiting to see them basically grow their own wings. I mean, they are, because you see that they're in love, if that's anything. Also, this character, Malcolm X, even though it's based on a true person, he's still around. I'm surprised to see an actual figure plays such a big role in a TV show that was made, of course, for entertainment purposes. It's interesting. I'm very interested to see where this character goes. But he's still around kicking. Before I get too far, the conversations that him and Bumpy have are probably uh, they're great conversation starters because it's two opposing sides really. Like you got both sides of the coin playing here, and it's their conversations are conversation starters. If that makes any sense, and I think that for me that makes good TV. Or is this what is even considered TV now? Because it's like an Amazon original. Or is it Amazon original? I don't know. It's birthed from a streaming service, so it makes for good viewing. I can say that at least. What else happens in this episode? So you got Bumpy and him. Oh, dipping and dabbing. That's an expression used. Old expression, dipping and dabbing. So one of Bumpy's mistresses or flings comes back into the picture and just happens to be. Okay, I forgot to mention. It just happens to be connected to a one Cassius Clay. If anybody knows who that is, it's Muhammad Ali. They're not holding any punches, no pun intended, when it comes to bringing in big influencers and not only in black culture but of a new generation or a change of thinking, a change in the way of thinking. I mean, they've got Malcolm X and they've got Malcolm X and Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali, for God's sakes, in this series. I wonder who else they're going to have in here. Even Bumpy Johnson himself, that character, because I knew about him before I watched the show, and even having a show surrounding him is just, to me, it's like I never thought I'd see anything like that. But anyway, you've got, so you got that going on. What else happened in this episode? Oh, they make a move in order. Well, they make. Is it insinuate or they design this episode around Muhammad Ali's like title run, basically, and the mob's involvement in trying to fix the fight. Him not necessarily him not coming out as coming out. Listen to me. Him not coming out publicly as a Muslim at this point. He's still considered a Christian. You got to understand, at least in this time point. Of course, I wasn't born. I don't know too many people that were alive during this time point. But you got to understand, Christianity was king back then, and Muslim is another religion. I won't even go down that path, but they're not pussyfooting around too many subjects. Oh, damn, did I get off track? The dipping and dabbing. So yeah, no, I didn't get off track. I did get off track a little bit, but Bumpy's one of Bumpy's flings comes back into play, and just coincidentally, the fighter that Muhammad Ali is going up against happens to be a fling of his wife. Now, his wife, I have to admit, this actress, she is gorgeous. She doesn't the woman that Bumpy stepped out with his wife on. That makes more sense. Can't hold what is it? What's that expression? Can't hold a dime to her or something like that. I don't know what the expression is, but that's another thing. I can make that a conversation starter. It's interesting that, you get to a certain age and you just realize looks aren't everything. I think a lot of people, I think everybody comes to that point. Maybe not everybody. Well, not everybody. Everybody's different, but the majority of people come to a certain point in life. Well, looks aren't everything. If you can't stimulate me in other ways, outside of your looks and the pleasures of the bedroom, to speak lightly, then you're pretty much useless to me. At least in my opinion. Anyway, I'm getting a little too personal. What else happened in this episode? Lovebirds are back. Bumpy and Malcolm X conversations. They brought in Muhammad Ali. They talk about him almost throwing that fight. But it would have been beneficial to him if he would have threw it, because he would have threw it and then got a title shot right after it. But he was like, I don't know, they made a big deal about him being second ranked and the guy he's fighting is third ranked. And now that, proves without a doubt that I deserve to fight number one for the title, which makes all sense in the world. What else happened in this episode? I'm all over the place. This is my first video of the week. So usually my first video of the week, I'm a little out of step, a little rusty, but if you enjoy me jibber jabbering about different TV shows and movies, check out my other videos. I've done the entire series on Breaking Bad. I've done all the current episodes all the episodes available for The Mandalorian, which I don't like. I have several movies up, of course. I'm doing Futurama again, and I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing The Godfather. Oh, and I'm doing The Wire. So go check those out.